Singapore Airlines will be offering a refund to passengers who were on board the flight that made an emergency landing in Azerbaijan yesterday. The 467 passengers finally arrived home this afternoon.
They came and they waited for the replacement aircraft to bring their loved ones back to Singapore. SQ317 was en route to Singapore from London when it had to be diverted to Baku, Azerbaijan on Monday after a loss of cabin pressure.
We have not slept since then, worrying and traumatised with the whole thing that's happened.
And it was an emotional reunion for some when the replacement flight landed in Singapore at 3:34 p.m.
I'm glad to be home. I wasn't feeling well, so they really took care of me on the way back. So I'm very grateful for that.
Pleased to be on the ground. Very pleased.
It was quite an ordeal for the passengers and crew, even after they landed safely in Baku. All 467 passengers were eventually moved to a hotel, but this was only 15 hours after reaching the Baku airport. Singapore Airlines says this was because it took a long time to get approval from local authorities to let passengers leave the transit area.
Couldn't get us into the hotels till about 4 hours before we were due to leave, so we only spent 41 minutes in our room.
I think it was handled quite well. All the crews are really helpful, and it is something that no one is expecting, and no one wants it to be happening. But now that I've reached Singapore and my luggage is not here, so it's really a misfortune for me for this new year.
Those with relatives and friends on board say communication from the airline could have been better.
When my husband rang them last night and again this morning, the person on the other end said they didn't know what was going on and they needed to go and find somebody who did know.
The phone actually went over to a call center in India, and they were not sure of what was happening and they had to check.
Responding to queries, SIA says the hotline was for its 24-hour call center, and it apologizes if the center was not able to provide immediate information. SIA said in a letter to passengers that it will offer a refund for the London-Singapore flight. It has also made arrangements for onward flights for those who missed their connections. Investigations into the cause of the depressurization are ongoing.